a beautiful sunny day, and it is of course a Saturday. The markets are closed, but what I want to tell you is good things happened with the close. We traded on the RL2. Couple of entries I got stopped out. I picked it a little early. A couple I put the stops at the low one on the technical structure on H1. We did a bit of live trading with our friends that joined us for our live trading day on Friday. That was yesterday. We did a little bit of trading. The market opened with a bit of slammy action on it's your silver messiah, by the way, speaking to you. You name me. People don't get to name themselves. It's what other people say about you that matters. And apparently I am the silver messiah. Here I am in all my silver baldy locks, addressing you on a Saturday after our live trading day. And in that trading day, we did a bit of practical trading about managing losses, halving bad entries the minute they go bad. A lot of useful things for people maximizing their gains in this environment of silver back super surge. Apes are strong. Let's have a little bit of silverback ape action. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Yep. Apes are strong. So what happened is the rest of the Friday, and this is what we've typically noticed as a weekly seasonality. Often now on the open, we're seeing a slam on the silver market. By the way, hitting the like and giving a share or a retweet really helps us, and it gives the live streams more gravitas and more algo fooling. So if you feel we've done anything useful for you, just do that for us. Really, I don't expect money. I don't want money from anybody. Give us a little bit of support and we're happy with that. Okay, so the seasonality of a week that typically happens is you might get an open on. Let me show you the scenery. You might get an open way up high and get slammed at the very early part of the open. And then there's a bit of a drift and a malaise. And then near the close, we actually firmed in the US session. We firmed in the US session because there's people, I suspect like me, who are also noticing this tendency of sales, by the way, on the open, on the US session, and subsequent Sunday Asian session buyings. And I've suggested before, one of the best holds, the shorter term holds you can do, is to attempt to catch the lows on a Friday and hold over for the Sunday open, and then you might be off to a ripper in the first half of the week in terms of silver action. We'll see if that continues. I do want to warn one aspect though. So we're generally bullish on a short time frame. However, we have crossed a key level on the interim level 2. So we are applying shoot and scoot rules. And in fact, while we were doing live trading, and I went for the entry and I went fairly sizable, and it looked like a bottom, and then actually it made a little bit of a deeper bottom, and I halved the positions, closed them, and I had some with very tight stops, and those got closed, and some with much deeper that survived, and then we added as the day closed. So this is kind of tactical trading inside what we think might be an hourly HVF, a minute 30, that could see a very strong break taking place in the new week. Maybe not on the Asian session. Maybe we go a bit higher first, then we drift a little bit in the US session of Monday, and then we run Tuesday. So we'll see what happens on silver. The silver messiah is speaking, and he's continuing to squeeze. When right, be damn right. Keep on keeping on. Continuation. Those are the games, and that's how you too can build for yourself 7 and 8 digit trading accounts, and you can start on 5s and 10s. But you've got to be with real method. You've got to be super patient, and it takes time. However, the one thing I will say is it feels like I've had to learn and get bumps and knocks for so many years to get this ideal trading environment of a unique super surge upside HVF. In fact, if this maybe these opportunities that I see currently, they're so good. Had they come earlier, we'd all be wealthier sooner. Or maybe we needed those extra years to learn. We needed those extra hard knock, tough years to really learn. I don't know. We'll see. You can never say. There's no parallel existence. But silver closed well for me and is looking optimistic generally. And there's another piece of news I really want to share with you. And this makes me more bullish than anything. It's a fundamental piece. So I'm prattling on technically here. Don't forget, we've called for 333. The Jerusalem Post has supported us with that and have posted the article. Thank you. $333. And we've also spoken of even higher. Of course, going through 4 digits on the gold silver ratio tipping below below double digits into single digits. So what is that fundamental fact that I want to show you? Well, that requires me to pivot the camera. So watch here, and I'm going to show you a tweet because we are streaming from a device. Let's see if this works. There we go. Pivot the camera and highlight this. Now you're going to struggle to read this, so I'm going to help you. But this is a tweet by Silver Trade. You can actually go give them a follow. Let's support fellow silver bugs and apes. But I'm going to read this for you. The US Mint nearly doubles Silver Eagle prices from 91 to $173 an ounce for a coin. The US Mint halted silver sales this week to reprice Silver Eagle coins. The Mint wasn't kidding with the repricing. Now, I can confirm, if you're following me, that I actually verified that. And in fact, I went over to this US Silver Mint because I don't like being faked out and repeating garbage news. And Silver Trade is in fact 100% correct. Here's 100% correct. The US Silver Mint, now that doesn't mean every single place. Laptop falls on the ground. Hope I didn't smash the screen. That means every single place. It doesn't mean every single place, but it means the mint itself. Now, I'm just wondering if that's going to be the case, and the purveyors, the official purveyors of government tokens, must stay out of the business of hurling laptops to the ground. If the US Mint is doing that, and it's not, this isn't a move, guys, this isn't a small move, $173. Well, what's probably happened is they've been taking some losses and they've been pre-selling on assuming they're going to be getting in the silver, and the prices keep moving, and they've actually been the wrong side of a very violent move. And they've suddenly decided we need to forward jump and get some excess profits potentially to make whole on the losses given the advancement in the price move and their lack of ability of keeping rate the speed of the moves in silver. And that's huge, guys. That's huge. Now, I want to just say, while I'm telling you about this, and I'm going to come back to this point, we've had an absolute surge in volume of calls. It seems real people who actually trade, and will even prove that, and maximize their wealth through trading silver and investing in silver, and miners and gold and Monero and everything else are quite popular. And we've had a surge in calls, a massive surge. So what we've done, some of you have been booked out right out to the end of February going 1st March. What we've done is we've boosted our onboarding team. We've opened up a whole more diary slots. And instead of streaming you by region, so we like an American to speak to an American person and a United Kingdom person to speak to a good old Scotsman or a UK guy, and the Aussies to speak to another, ideally someone out that way, we've had to open up all slots. And if you have been booked for a call and it's really far out and you want to talk to us sooner, we have opened up slots, and there is a link where you can bring forward your chat with yours truly, the Sniper team, not me, myself, my very trusted. Be polite and courteous. These are community members. We don't have professional salespeople. We're not a sales like that organization. It's a community of the willing. You will buy if it seems right. We will show you everything, and you'll have obviously a 14-day money back, etc., as per all our traditional principles. But look at that link that's being shared in the feed right now if you want to bring your date forward. Do us the favor of also canceling the later one and book yourself in. Back to silver, $173. $173. An eagle, a US eagle. Now, again, the others aren't there yet. But what you're seeing, guys, is you're seeing fragmentation of true price. What is the price? The cash price in the casino of COMEX with typically, until recently, very low delivery? Is it the Shanghai price? Is it adjusted into dollars? Is it the price you actually get a coin delivered in your hands with all costs? Some pay VAT, some pay delivery charges, some pay everything. Well, right now, people are panicking to the upside, and they want to make sure they're not making losses, and they're charging 173. In fact, they didn't allow you to buy because they were getting beaten up so bad, and they weren't sure they were able to deliver, and that the purchase they might have had to pay for the silver raw product might ended up being higher than the cost, and they were selling at a loss. How do you deal with a runaway market? What kind of conversation do you think has been had behind closed doors that the United States Mint says to you, A, we're not selling, we're repricing, and a week or two later comes back and says, here's the new price. And it's got nothing to do with the current cash price up there in 91 or whatever it is. It's got nothing to do with that. It's like, hello, how about twice price? If we are selling for twice and we need a week or two turnarounds, we're confident. Only then are we confident that we're securing the silver at a price that is still financially viable for us literally to melt it and malt it into an eagle stamp. Imagine that. Imagine that. What kind of conversation is the question that a major mint is making those kind of moves? And how many other mints are going to be caught short as everyone starts buying maples instead, which are cheaper, but 4.9s, kangaroos, you name it. In fact, I own them all across the world. Britannias. Suddenly, the eagle is premium. There'll be a little bit less demand there. And you find them buying silver Krugerrands, gold Krugerrands, gold. Well, all I can say is I'm absolutely gobsmacked by that move. And it is endemic of a key aspect on for delivery pricing. There is no model anymore. It's being totally fragmented up, and people are panicking, and people are taking losses that are sellers and not wanting to deliver and saying out of stock signs. And that is how pricing works when a fraud gets captured. No one's selling you a brand new Porsche Turbo for 25k. They can advertise and say currently out of stock. That ain't a price. A price is something that is backed by delivery and volume. Simple as that. Listen to what I just said. Delivery and volume. You've got to be able to deliver at that price, make money at that price, and it's got to be regularly verified by consistent volume at that price. And what is the US Mint saying? The US Mint is saying, well, in current circumstances, our decision is with a cash price of 91, we want an actual delivery of our version of silver with an eagle on it, which is nothing, by the way. There is no intrinsic excessive value to an eagle than there is to a maple, than there is to an Austrian Philharmonic. I refuse to pay for national shape of mold. Okay, I refuse to pay significant premiums for national shape of mold. Unless there was a specific numismatic value that had a unique tax feature, you shouldn't either. You shouldn't either. So, the true price of silver, if you want the local accepted eagle in America that has it as a monetary metal, and that particular value is in fact now 173. And your cash price is sitting at 91, eyeing up the 3-digit marks. What do you say to that? Yes, dealer markups, someone's complaining. Well, everyone in the supply chain has to make some money. Everybody in the supply chain has to make some money. The miners for the raw materials that throw out the industrial grade futures contract 1,000-ounce bars that are rough cut and lumpy and unbeautiful, to those that chop it up, melt it down, put it into specific molds of specific sizes, polish it up for a little bit of shine and a little bit of ownership glee. Well, all of those are minor value add points, but $173 US mints. Wow, friends. You're watching a breakdown of relevance for the futures market's alleged cash price. If it can't be delivered on, or you have to wait a lengthy period, it's not the price for what it is to have it today. What is the price today? What volume can you buy? And what price will you be paying? That is the key part of it all. Excellent. So as I've already mentioned, the surge of you have tried to book calls with us. Please note the link that's been shared in there. You can bring your date forward. We've put extra guys on the lines. There's extra opportunities for you to book yourself in and have a wee chat on that. Let's have a look at some of your choice. Oh, Heckler. Someone's asking about Heckler. The one fast girl. Is it one One fast girl won. Yeah, the one fast girl won. I think I got it in the end, fast girl. Are we stacking Heckler at these prices? We sure are, fast girl. We sure are. So Heckler traded through $25. So I was buying out of the money calls. And I started thinking $20 was my low end. I then went 25. I then went 30. And then the final one is 37, the furthest out calls. And you know, that damn stock keeps taking out of the money into the money. I mean, it's kind of rude like that. I want it to stay out of the money so I can accumulate more. And I'm, transferring profits from trading silver long to buy calls, and they don't have far out of the money calls for me. I don't want 37 anymore. I want 50. I want $50 out of the money calls. I want to have a gazillion of them bought cheap. That's what I want, but they haven't got the strikes up yet. They haven't got me new strikes, and that's what's been very, very positive. And of course, Heckler trades strongly through 25, and I expect, and I continue to expect it to run very well. Okay, some people have been confused. Let me deal with this. I did a little bit on it in the live trading day on Friday, but I'm just going to make a statement. Some people have posted that it's not true that miners outperform silver in the second half of a bull run, and that it's a narrative. I disagree. And the chart that was shared was of ASA, which actually is an index. So I want to highlight that you've got to compare silver. If you're going to divide miners by silver, it's got to be a pure silver miner, not ASA that has some zinc, some metals, and is 87% gold. Obviously, a gold mining company is going to struggle to beat the surging high beta silver price during the bull run period. If 87% is gold miners, they're not getting the same degree of upside in the price that a silver miner is getting. It's far more leverage. So you need to use an index and benchmark. And that chart that was shared was not doing that. And they were saying it's just a narrative. Silver miners will outperform on the other side. And Heckler, wow, she was good. She was good on Friday. They had 100+%, I think maybe even 130% overperformance during the period of last year. And they're going to be real rippers. Few things are going to beat gold. And silver is one, but silver miners potentially even more so. And it's all still to happen, actually. It's still relatively cheap. Wait till those earnings and those cash hemorrhaging come. And people have to remember, if you want to compare silver to a silver miner, you have to add back the dividend payments. Silver doesn't pay you a cash payment out of some of the intrinsic value it's gained with upside appreciation. And if you reinvest that back into the equity, you need to compare silver to a pure silver play, that's a pure silver miner, with dividends reinvested, where you compound in. And can I tell you, the chart of that increases the parabola substantially over 2 or 3 years on a sustained basis with regular dividends. It increases the parabola substantially. So you've got to watch out on the analysis that sensible stuff is taking place. Silver miners, I love the metal. I love the metal, guys. I'm first a metal fan. And you want to own certificates. If you're doing silver miners, grade taking, in my opinion, is quite probably a thing. You must preferably seek out to own the certificates. And even still, with certificates, you have a claim on a piece of paper to be an owner. You could still end up in some form of FTX situation where 3 years you have to wait to prove that you are a part owner. You could still face nationalization. So I'm not saying only be in miners. I'm just saying if we're just talking about who goes up faster, if there is no nationalization, if there are no certificates issues, you've got your certificates and there's no nationalization, and there's nobody who rug pulls and tries to lay claim to your certificates. There's more scope and points of failure in it, but it should outperform assuming no skullduggery. So I prefer to have a mix of both. That which you hold is 9/10 is possession and is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of the law, is what I meant to say. Anyway, thank you for your super chats. Love you, Francis, and what you do. I wish I could join the sniper circle, but things are tough here in the UK. So doing what I can in regards to buying physical gold and silver in small amounts. Keep stacking, keep going. Trading very small, with HVF method, you can do a self-study and you can pay in payments over 3 months, by the way, if you want to engage. Watch the material, get a Sunday session at least. You'll get a monthly setup with me for your period and duration. It still might be worth a call at the low end level to get on and start understanding HVF method. A $5,000 account can grow pretty big. We've got community members telling us so. You know, a $3,000 account can grow pretty big if you are doing the smart and accurate things. A $10,000 account can grow very big. We've got guys that have turned 25 into 250 in the last 4 months, 5 months. We've got repeated counts. We're getting guys telling us all the time. But at the same time, you know, it's set and forget, by the way. You probably have a job. Thank you for your super chat. You probably have a job. And, you know, you can leave your stop and your target in there, and, you know, doesn't require being on the screen. That laptop that fell over, because I was stupid enough to put it on a tree stump that wasn't 100% flat, I'm managing 7 platforms on one screen. So, you know, you can do it. It's not a 9-screen affair. I have an order for 62 silver Britannias, says somebody, at $127 since 13th with SGPMX, raised from previous order of 110 that lay unfulfilled for 2 weeks. That's what's happening. Guys are getting slipped. They don't want to sell you for loss, and they're reneging. They lack integrity for me. The market's moving. They made a mistake. They should have stood on their word. We stand on our word. It lacks integrity, but no one wants to lose money, and they'll make it your problem and say, buy again for more. It's a requote on your broker screen when you're trying to enter long. We had a little bit of that action on Friday trading day, for those that attended, and it was great to have a high volume again of people that showed up for that too. Thank you, Francis, for the encouragement and direction. It's invaluable. Everybody starts small. Everybody starts small, friends. Everybody, don't be bewildered by numbers. Don't be bewildered by numbers. Do you have the skill? Will you keep showing up? And let me tell you something. It's the best of times. I've waited 3 or 4 decades for this kind of market, I can tell you. And this is a reset market. Things are going to go very, very powerfully. So even with average skills, a lot can be achieved. A lot can be achieved. I am an imperfect operator. The last thing I will tell you is that everything is ideally perfect that I've done. But when you are engaged and you're doing the right things and you're positioning in front of a powerful trend, it's amazing how much you can achieve. You just get luckier, it feels. Look forward to becoming a full member of the community, says Spirit of FLUV. Fluffings. I like a bit of fluffings, me. I like a bit of fluffings, but I'm not sure from you. But nonetheless, we'll be delighted to welcome you into the community, and we'll have a few chuckles and giggles, and we'll enjoy life. And we'll remember, it's your experiences. This is just an experience you're having in this world. It's almost like a game. It's like a TV game. Enjoy it. Decide who you're going to be. Decide who your character is. Decide your principles and adhere to them. Are you going to live and die on a principle? Are you going to be a man of integrity? That's what you need to do. Royal Mint in stock now, says I am Joseph 3-day. Too bad. I was thinking to rush get some silver coins here in the UK. Greetings from Lithuania. Hello to the Lithuanians. I think it's a bit cooler there than it is here, but glad to have you. Thank you for checking in with us. Integrity Farm, indeed. It's a great thing. You always know it's a simpler existence. Do what you say. Always do what you say. Stand on principle. Do what you say. You don't have to think about things. You don't have to maintain complex different narratives that you're running for different people in terms of behavior. Just do what you say you're going to do. Hello from Perth, Australia. 4 pink hands. That's right. Not sure what that is. Maybe it's a tribute to my affection for transgender pink. Hi from Bulgaria. Yes, checking in from Bulgaria. Chile in the house. God bless Chile. Yay. True, it's a game, and also it's only money. Exactly. Have fun with it. But you're not a better man for having it. You're not superior to anyone else for having it. You won in the game of money, maybe, and I want to help you all win that. That'll buy you more freedom. That'll set you up. That's what's going to put you in good stead. We've got 156 likes, 524 checking in on a weekend. That's great. Not bad for a handheld. Honorable men for the new world. Exactly. We're honorable apes. We're honorable silverback apes. Yes, that's us. We have a code. Ape strong. Ape man strong. Yes. What is the reasoning? What is the reasonably trailing stop on miners and or the ETFs? Thinking 20%. The markets don't care about what 20% is for you. Technical stops. Technically derived stops. You need to see what they say are the supported levels. They don't care about 20% of whatever your number is, friend. They'll smash through it. They'll smash through it on any day. Always our stops are derived technically by the price behavior in the markets themselves. And the market will show you, and you need to listen. You don't dictate to them. You're a mouse. They'll stamp on you. They're the elephant. They'll stamp on you without even seeing you, without even knowing they crushed you. They'll dispassionately stamp on you and it'll be the end of you. You'll be blown up. They will show you where their red lines are. And that's where you position your stocks. And that's what HVF method helps you do. And that's why we're having a swathe of calls all coming in, because they see he actually trades the method he talks about, and it seems to work quite well. It seems to work quite well. All the accounts, well through, ridiculous percentages. Maximization in a key phase, the melt-up phase of silver. Absolute maximization within strict money management and loss-based rules. Technical trading. That's what gives you the ability to fast-track that which you need to do, your wealth building, so that you can do other things. We're going to go swim in the cold sea. We're going to have community members around for late lunch, and we're going to watch movies. What movie should we watch? I want a financial conspiracy one. I've seen The Big Short so many times. I've seen Margin Call, but I want that kind of thing. What movie should we watch? Drop it here. Kind of a conspiratorial one that we can all hyper-analyze. Which one can we watch that is not completely cheesy and chick flicky? Which one can we watch? First Majestic at 16, it's going higher. First Majestic at 16, says Billy Haynes. Yep, it's going a lot higher. It's woken up like like a 5-day sleeping crackhead suddenly given a massive line of coke. She's jumped out of bed, boy. She's streaking. She hasn't even bothered to get dressed. She's streaking down those stairs and running down the street. That's First Majestic. Oh yeah, baby. We're going to be smashing some calls on that one as well. Yep, good. How are you all doing? GTG, buy and hold. Nuremberg, says somebody. Wolf of Wall Street, says somebody else. Yeah, it was a good one. It was the boiler room stuff. I do remember it a little bit. I'm getting like DiCaprio is such a Hollywood schmooge. He's kind of a good actor, but he's such a United Nations, be the guy showing up on the red carpet with the Prius 10 years ago, lecturing the world in the UN. He is such, I mean, you know, he gave a whole bunch of directors head when he was a young blue-eyed blonde-haired boy, don't you? Just to get this, like, you know, this role he has. Heckler was a buy at $5. Oh yes, she was. A primer squeeze. Blackberry Movie 10, says somebody. Blackberry Movie, that would be interesting. I don't know that one. Maybe more details, we should have a look at it. XMR, King Privacy Coin, a bit of a pullback going on there, as it is. It's always going to be volatile. And our next one that we're already loading up, and we will be buying the dip on XMR once it shows that its pullback is over, because that is a huge one. So we've mentioned 25 to 30K, plus a possible overperformance run through 50 on that one. That sounds wild. You're not even at 1,000 yet. You were at 700 and you're dropping to the low 600s right now. And here's somebody who shows up and says, speak to me in 3 years. Speak to me in 3 years. The Road Trader was good with Ewan McGregor. I remember that, and I did see that one. And it was quite a while ago. That was with Barings Bank. That was quite a good one. I'd forgotten some of the details. Sometimes when I watch them later and you're a little bit smarter on the way of the world, it was a long time since you see them, you get something else out of them. So I don't tend to watch movies a second time unless they were really interesting and topical. But yeah, I might just, the Road Trader is a good suggestion. Thank you for that. Yeah, good. So Spirit of Love, we've recognized you. Thank you to Mike of Pacman for his £10 super chats. Very good. And just remember, guys, for those of you who are booking a call, you can get an earlier date. Now we've opened more slots and put more men on the switchboard. Remember switchboards. switchboard operators. We put more men on the switchboard. That's right. So you can bring your date forward, just cancel and first find an earlier one. Good. That's it for today. I'm looking forward to the Asian Open. I didn't want to make this a long time, and it's already 30 minutes. The big story, US Mint, cancelled sales, suspended sales. They were taking a beating. They were selling under price and the thing was moving too much and people were buying. So now they need to make the money back. And now they need to future-proof themselves against further moves. They say, well, I think we'll fatten some margin and chase some of the demand away. Well, you know what? That demand's going to pivot to maples. It's going to pivot to Austrian Philharmonics. It's going to pivot to kangaroos, whichever's the cheapest. Because the truth of the matter is you just want that silver. Unless you're specifically in America and you want it to be domicilian there, the demand's going to go somewhere else. And what's going to happen? They're going to face the same thing. They're going to have an increased rush on their coin, which happens to be the cheapest by ounce. And what does that mean? They're going to start having to up prices, and the whole herd runs. The minute the dam wall starts to leak and break and a block of concrete falls out, there's more blocks of concrete to fall. And the water gushes through, my friends. The pressure is built up on this wall, and now the physical delivery is here. The great collapse of planet fraud is about to get swamped with the cracking of the dam wall that they built, the good old Hoover Dam. Look into the history of Hoover, Dulles, and all the OSS before the CIA. They all get named Dulles Airport. I was in Dulles Airport in Washington, and the Hoover Dam. These people are criminals. They're criminals. They've actively worked against you. They're not heroes, they're criminals. Those should be renamed. Those should be renamed. Those Hoover Dams are the equivalent, are in the state of breakdown with the silver water flood waiting. And the first concrete blocks are being knocked out, and that just means the beginning of a collapse that will see an utter gusher. In the end, the villages, the criminal villages situated down below, will be swamped. To the highlands, I say, my friends, to the highlands. Stack your silver and to the hills. The grand avalanche and swamp is a-coming. Okay, excellent. Good to see you. Watch out for those coin pricing. Get those orders in potentially. And by the way, you can really accelerate your wealth by utilizing HVF method trading in one of the most dominant trends that is going to take you not only to $333 as we predicted before a potential pullback, but even further into quadruple digits. That's 4. I think I've held up 4 fingers. That's 4. It's all coming. You could start now from very small amounts. Some of those accounts that I shared at 70k in them, they're worth how much is that now? 1,000 times, no, 100 times more. I've got to get, how many digits must I add? I've got to do the maths. 100 times more. And ones that were smaller are worth similar amounts and even bigger multiples, but smaller. We've done that across platform. All of the affiliate links I have in my YouTube below, I use. I can show you all those same trades on them. If I don't use it, I don't put my name forward to affiliate it. It's called integrity, it's called principle. They've got to do what they say on the tin. They've got to keep proving to me they're doing what they say to the tin. And so far, they are. It's real. It's all real. Now we'll do some withdrawals, a little bit of natty purchases, have some fun, enjoy our life, and look after people that maybe weren't as blessed or as lucky as we've been to have developed HVF method, to be giving it out, and bring others along with us. Until next time, I look forward to catching you. The link is in that chat if you're looking for that earlier call book, and it's been shared by my guys. If you miss it, you can go to The Market Sniper on X, and you can grab it there. If you are following crypto only, you will have to follow the Market Sniper as well. It's going to be a good Sunday, I think. I think it's going to be another good week for silver. The only thing that I will say, slightly tentative, we made the second interim on the big structure, and at some point we may have a reaction to that now that we've crossed into that extra time zone. At some point we may get a reaction to that, so we could get a little bit of a Mr. Slammy action, a bit of a longer congestion. So I apply shoot and scoot rules. If there's price behavior I don't like, I cut and take what I have. So it's a pivot, and we teach you that in the methodology. When do you apply that mentality instead of adherence to full process all the way to every target? When you are in that little bit of extra squeeze juice zone, but you're in extra time. The whistle might blow anytime for a little bit of a break in the party, and you want to make sure you don't get washed out. Okay, till next time, I'll catch you later. Thanks for watching. More updates will come. Share the video, like and subscribe. We'll see you later, and watch out for that link if you were one of those that were flooding in to book with us. Till next time, bye.